What is up, my Lorcana Goons, and welcome back to the Lorcana Goons channel. My name is Kevin. I'm joined with Zach Stone for the Friday Weekly Market Watch, where we go over Lorcana news, meta trends, and card prices. Today is finally March 7th, Zach. That means that we can legally use Arcasia's Island in tournaments at your local game store when you're playing with your homies. You can go buy Arcasia's Island at some Disneyland Springs resorts, the pin traders in downtown Disney if you're in California. And if you do, you get this Anna Braving the Storm promo that has a little space so you can get a signature on it. That's really cool. Zach, how are you doing today on this Arcasia's Island opening weekend?
Doing very good. It's Friday, and I know you're going to Ninja Exchange. That's the shops at Carlsbad, located in Carlsbad, California. If you're from the local area, you're gonna have Arcasia's Island, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We're gonna have booster boxes, cases if you need it, even. Yeah. But I'm not gonna have this on a promo because you can only get this at Disneyland or at some of these places. That's really cool. If you didn't know, they have these new promos that they started releasing during nationals where you can basically have a space for signatures, and this could be either for an artist or even for the character at Disneyland. Shout out Brian who comes to our booth. I actually gave him my Mickey Mouse to go get signed at Disneyland because I don't really go to Disneyland that often. I wish I could. But yeah, so hopefully he said he's gonna come back with a signed Mickey from the real Mickey Mouse. But that's a really cool promo. I kind of want to pass by Disneyland myself to just buy a playmat and get this promo. Right now, you can order boxes on TCG Player for around $115. However, if you do order them on TCG Player, ordering them online, local game stores are not allowed to send them out until March 21st. So really what this is supposed to do is promote people to go into the local game store. So we highly recommend you go into your local game store and pay maybe probably like a $5-10 premium. It'll probably be like 120, maybe after taxes like 125 or something. But if you order it online, you're gonna have to wait till after March 21st to basically get it at your doorstep because that is the estimated shipping date. And that is so that these stores can keep their official Lorcana tournament store status. So like we were saying, go support your local game stores. You can find the boxes, packs, troves, and the new gift sets. But if you happen to pull any of the enchanteds or any like hits, we're gonna let you know what they're worth today, what you can value them at because it's opening weekend and prices are everywhere. I want to start off with some of these enchanted rares. Aurora, Waking Beauty. This seems to be the most expensive enchanted right now. As of Friday morning, we have one recent sale for $400. Right, that's on TCG Player, and lowest verified listings are going to be 375, 375. Shout out B Elite Gaming, Plebs TCG, World Class Cards, 394. A little bit less than 400. This tends to happen if you're new to Lorcana. This tends to happen over the course of the next 2 weeks. We're going to see prices slowly come down lower and lower and lower, especially once these packs hit the retail stores of Target, Walmart. We're going to see more and more in circulation. But the next chase, I think, is going to be Tamatoa, Happy as a Clam. I don't know if we've had a playable a playable enchanted of this degree since Diablo, in my opinion, or Ursula Deceiver of all. What do you think, Zach? I feel like everybody wants to play Sapphire this format, and this is probably the best Sapphire card in the set.
Yeah, honestly, up until we had Maui Hero to All, I think that was like the number one most played enchanted since Ruby M has been the terror it's been since its release of set one. This card, however, like you just said, it will see play, and the enchanted versions are selling a
Wow,
lot more
there's a
often than that Aurora.
yeah, there's
Look,
a lot of sales.
let's pay attention to what's actually selling, right? And realize that that sale for the Aurora was on the 1st of March when it was pre-selling. And so it's going to start going down. People want to like sell it at the lowest price. People want to fight for that price. This Tamatoa, however, if anything, will go up because a lot of people are willing to pay this 280 to 270 price point. And again, very playable card, very good card, and previously talked about in all of our other videos, and some decks that we even have on our last video. So go check that out.
But yeah, Tamatoa, one of the most popular cards in the set. I think this is going to be the chase, especially given the recent sales data. There's way more sales for this card than there is for any other enchanted rare. So I wouldn't doubt it if these prices continue to go up. Let's talk about some enchanted rares that aren't seeing any sales. Like Restoring Atlantis. This is one that's listing actually. The lowest listing is going to be 75.98, and there hasn't been any sales yet. And that's good because I think this can go lower. I don't think anybody's going to buy it at 75. It'll probably keep going lower and lower. Same thing with Devil's Eye Diamond. Lowest listing right now is around 116, but there's no sales yet. And I get the feeling that these are going to be the enchanters that end up selling for the least amount of money. The enchanters that I personally am not going to want to pull. And if you guys want to see how Zach and I ranked the enchanters, we did a video with Lorcana Man. We dropped it yesterday, and we ranked all the enchanted rares, and this one was at the very bottom. So this is probably the one that we're least excited to pull, I think. And I would say this is probably going to be, if you could guess the price tag, where would you put this on? I'm going to assume it's going to be like $30 to $35 like 2 months from now, the same way like Radagon's Party, Bad Anon, like the location enchanted are.
Yeah, this one I think even tops are around like 45 at the. I think when everything settles. Same with like I feel like the Aurora is gonna settle closer to around like 170, 180. But that Tamatoa, that one's a different story. So that one's probably the best enchanted out of any of the enchantments from this set. Tamatoa being the best card out of this set, still will have a strong price point for its normal versions, coming out the gate at basically $45 because that's $2 shipping with 4301 by 4GS Gaming. But the card, the chase, and what everyone has been hyping up since its release. I want to get my cold foils, but I will kind of say that some of these prices today, some of them will be better than you'll ever see, and some of them will definitely get better over time. So make decisions wisely. The set will be widely released 2 weeks from now, but we're seeing it as you need these cards and you're trying to play some tournaments, and before then you're paying about $45, and some sales of cold foils even around $60 to $70. So it's got a nice healthy price point right at the gate, right, Kevin?
I'm pretty excited about this card coming out. I think this lets you play Sapphire in a variety of different colors because you can play Popsicle in the beginning and then reassure that you have a way to grab back your Popsicles in the mid game for some more draw power. But yeah, $45 looking like the price point. I wouldn't be surprised if it starts hitting close to 50. Cold foils were selling for as high as 80 on pre-release, but right now you can find them for around 60 to 65. So we saw Maui Half Shark kind of do this last format where it was like super hyped up. And then it kind of calmed down a bit, but oh my gosh, it ended up being the best card in the set. So if you are buying them right now, I think this is going to be, the price is going to stay out for a cool minute. I don't really expect this to get less than 40 anytime soon. Let's talk about some more the legendaries. Scrooge McDuck, Resourceful Miser. Isn't it crazy how like both top legendaries are both Sapphire? The lowest verified is 1967 with the $1.27 shipping. So around $21 if you're adding it together. Dim Star Outpost for your non-foil Scrooge McDucks. That's pretty nice. I personally am not too hyped on this card to play it, but I think it's a playable card. Cold foils 43.21, kind of high in my opinion, but we'll see where that settles at. Aurora, this is the non-enchanted rare, Zach, that you were talking about of the Aurora. Look how cheap this one is though, $7.99. Dungeon Games IN, super cheap and legendary. This tends to happen in Lorcana, obviously. I'm pretty sure we saw the pre-sales for this being really expensive. There's already a damaged cold foil listed. That is insane. 21.30, and if you want a near mint cold foil for this card, 23.23 by 8+ cards.
Yeah, the damaged cold foil is unfortunate. I'm pretty sure it was out the pack. Something was wrong with it. Just keep in mind, everybody, that Ravensburger does listen to feedback. You can kind of reach out when you have moments like these. I know some people shared about it in our Discord, and we, utmost like empathy for anybody that is pulling these cards. I remember one time I got an Oswald from the last set cold foil and had like a corner damage, and there was a post about legendary cold foils from that set having corner damage. So it was like unfortunate to see that it happen to anybody. But Bagheera, the Guardian Jaguar, this is the hyped steel legendary out of the newest set. It is looking at it's around $15 today, and I think the price isn't that bad.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so then this card could settle a little less. Mm-hmm. Personally, I'm looking to pick up some cold foil copies always for myself, but I'm gonna really take some time before I start like being consistent of what I buy in some of these singles at. But if you guys have any of these singles and need to offload them this weekend, I will be at the Frankenstein's Collectible Show in the City of Industry and have booster boxes as well if you guys need to pick up some of those. I think that this card is playable, but I'm not too sold on it just yet.
Really, I want to test this card out way more. I haven't been able to play too much lately. Fight Club is back online, so that was really cool. Also, by the way, yes, I am aware that it's Bagheera. I like saying Bagheera. It's an inside joke. The chat crucified me in the video where I was going over the cards. Everybody was like, "It's not Bagheera, it's Bagheera." But yeah, Bagheera. I like this card a lot. I think this card's pretty cool. $25 for a cold foil seems like a pretty decent price. I think this card could be more than playable in this new format coming in. Mickey Mouse Inspiration Inspirational Warrior. Here's another legendary for you, selling at $10. $9.89 shipping included by Greenlight Games for your non-foil Mickey Mouse. Cold foils are only going to be $20.98. I do expect this to be a little bit cheaper in the next couple weeks, maybe even a month or so, especially because there is an enchanted rare for this Mickey as well. So usually when there's an enchanted rare of a legendary card, the legendary foil does not tend to be super expensive. We've seen this with Robin Hood, Clarabelle. Oftentimes the non-foil and foil prices for those cards are pretty much the same, only off by like $5. So I wouldn't doubt it if this cold foil ends up going down in price. The Queen, Gel is a beauty. Don't sleep on this card. A very strong card in this coming format, I think. $14.95 for your lowest verified Purple Shadow Gaming. Once again, I expect this to go down in price though, even though it's playable. It's good. There's plenty of playable legendaries that are extremely cheap. Kita, Mufasa, Lucky Dime. These are all less than $10, and they're played very heavily in the modern format. So I don't expect this Queen to really keep its $15 price point in the next couple of weeks. But like we've been saying, if you want to order them now because you want them by a certain time frame and you don't want to walk into an LGS, or maybe you want them for a tournament this weekend, then pick them up. You know, it might be worth it to you. Cold foils for this Queen, $22.96. That's pretty high right now. Love to see that by A+ cards. That's pretty good if you're cracking some of these packs and you got some cold foils and you want to trade them in for some value, right? Or you want to do some trades. Donald Duck, Flustered, Sorcerer. Not my favorite card. Not my favorite card. $10 for this legendary right now. Greenlight Games. I feel like a lot of legendaries are kind of being listed at $10 as like a base because I don't know where they're gonna go. But I don't have like high hopes for this legendary. I don't think this is gonna be. I think this is gonna be down there with like Hercules, Hades, Gontu, like $3 to $5 legendary type B. It's
It could have
Donald.
just been inkable. It could have
Yeah,
just been inkable.
this card
I
could have
don't
been
know
inkable.
why that they make high cost uninkable legendaries that make the people make critical decisions in their deck building. Like I can have a whole video on this. You know, maybe I will make one day.
You
But
should.
you know, some of these cards are very questionable. But you never know. There might be a point where this is what you need to have an edge into certain matchups. Maybe Blorple is probably a deck where you can see this being played. Having the ability to ramp and play before turn 7 is always a good way to advocate it. And plus, you have Tipo that can ink uninkable cards, and
And
it
not
always helps mitigate it. But it's not the best. It's never like justifying uninkable cards because of that, though.
and not every card in the set has to be good. Like we're aware of that. You know, we're aware of there's like sealed play or there's a pack rush too. So some of these cards will be fun in those formats. However, when we're talking about the market watch in Lorcana right now, anyways, the market is heavily dictated by the meta. Now unlike other games, there's some games where it's not always like that. However, there's exceptions. You know, the enchanted Donald Duck Pie Slinger, it's not a good card, but that sells for like $100 because it is Donald Duck. So there is a world where this being a Donald Duck character foil is at least $5 to $10 as a cold foil legendary. But yeah, it's like you were saying, this card could have just been inkable. This card is not that good. even as inkable, it's not that good. So it could have just been an inkable card that you could have played in every purple deck, and it would have made the game a lot more interesting. Making it uninkable though just makes it irrelevant to the market watch, to the format, pretty much. Unfortunately, the Return of Hercules is a card that I want to look out for. I'm keeping my eye on because I think this could end up being like used in like a very good deck. We just don't know. I'm curious to see where the format's going to go with this card. But lowest verified is less than $10 right now. Only about $9 by the Feisty Goblin. Lowest verified. Shout out you guys. $8.96 is the price they have it at. Cold foils, only about $6 more. A+ cards has it for $14.94. This is exactly what we were just talking about, right? It's a legendary card that has a non-foil, a foil, and an enchanted rare. So the non-foil is $8, the cold foil is $15, and the enchanted rare they haven't really sold yet, but we'll see that. Right? It's going to be like $100 probably. I like this card. I think it could be really cool. I do kind of find it funny how the enchanted rare and this card kind of have the same artwork. The only difference is maybe
I'm
the
more of a
camera
fan of
angle.
this art than the enchanted. I honestly think
Really?
that this art is way. Yeah, I just like how it's positioned.
Yeah, I was gonna say it feels like the camera angle, right? Like we're in this art, we're looking at Hercules and
Mm-hmm.
Megara from
It's
from
the rule
behind
of
them.
thirds. If you
Yeah.
know, you know.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And then on the other one, it's like, oh, we just rotated the camera like this way, and now we can see their front view. But yeah,
Yeah, literally.
it's a cool card though. Like I'm looking forward to playing this card in some wacky decks. Let's talk about Minnie Mouse Storyteller. I want to talk about this one, Zach, because ever since you played me, ever since we did that video, where we were testing cards, we're live streaming, and you built a deck with this. I thought this card's underrated, right? And it's only $5 right now. Lowest verified is going to be $4.99 by Waifu Next Door. Shout out you guys. A+ cards has 24 of them for you. So anybody who wants a playset of this Minnie Mouse, maybe for your aggro decks, for your Amber Steel decks, Zach, you were playing this with a Rockstar stage combo. I thought that was really cool because it let you quest for like 7 in one turn with this card. I think this card should be looked into. I am very surprised. This is a $5 legendary, and I'm just gonna chalk it up to the lack of hype, the lack of interest in Amber. I think this card's good, and personally, I kind of want to buy all 24 of those $5 copies. Right?
So yes, the card I think is playable. I just think it's a lot of consideration how you want to build and play decks around it. It really just depends on how everything shapes up. I think again you can blanket your board for a one turn with characters like Pete and Agantu. Then kind of just turn on the gas with like the Rockstar Stitch Pride Lands play. That might be too slow. So honestly, I'm not even trying to pivot away from my own creation. I just have to kind of be realistic with myself, and I haven't tested anything thoroughly yet. So, but a card that I again agree has potential. And it has like that bonus ability when you quest, you do reduce the strength of another opposing character. So if you're able to flood the board quite aggressively and quest, you can kind of prevent like their high aesthetic character from dealing with anything on your board. And you saw the amount of bodyguards I had in my arsenal. It eventually got kind of like difficult to deal with everything in one or two
It
turns.
was overwhelming, and combining that with your ability to sing like strength or storm with some of the characters you had on board made it so that I couldn't even like out this Minnie Mouse immediately. And then he played a second one on me, and I was like, oh no, it's over. And that's so I like this card. I think it's way more playable than like pretty much. It's way more playable than most of the enchanted. Sorry, than most of the legendaries we just looked over right now, and it's half the price. This is half the price of the Donald Duck, and this is going to be way more relevant than Donald Duck. I'll tell you that right now. Cold foils only $15. We don't have any sales data on those yet. Man, if these cold foils hit $10, I'm gonna no. I'm buying them. I'm buying them. I really like that card. The card I don't like, Blue Ol Iron Paws. I love the art. I love the art on this card, by the way, especially because you can see his little feet right here, like on the bottom. You can see his legs in between the text.
That is so cute.
That is funny, right? Yeah, I
Wow,
like that. I wish I so this is
a very
almost
a
full
very
art.
wide blue.
Yeah, yeah. This is a really cool card. The artwork is lovely. I like the way the butterflies and the plants like break the border. And my favorite part about this artwork is the sunlight between the tree branches. Ooh, that is so clean, so clean. Shout out Sergio. Sergio, I can't see your last name for Mancinelli. Shout out Sergio Mancinelli for this wonderful artwork. I wish the card was better, Sergio, if you're watching. It's 6 costs, uninkable, 5 strength, 4 willpower. Your characters with 7 strength or more can't be challenged. Not can't be dealt damage. Sorry, can't be dealt damage. Not my favorite. It's a very specific effect. I don't even think we're in a state of Lorcana where you can even get to 7 cost characters or more unless you're ramping, right? The game is so
Well,
fast right
seven
now.
strength.
Oh, 7 strength. Sorry, 7 strength. Oh, but even then, okay, that's a little different now. We don't have too many 7 strength characters though. At least like that have a static 7 strength, right? We have who? We have Gaston, the 10 drop Gaston, I guess. But yeah, not too many cards that really synergize with this ability. It's only $2.50 right now, so this is probably the Gantu. This is going to be one of the Gantus of the set. There is a world in the future though where this card ends up being good. We never know. I kind of like the way it's worded. Can't be dealt damage, so no matter if they're exerted or non-exerted, they can't be dealt any damage. So no fire the cannons, no Zeus, stuff like that. Could have some potential in the future, but once again, uninkable card. Very sad to see. $8 by Nat 20 games. GG. I think this card could have been inkable too, and it would have been fine. Like it's no problem. Same thing with this card. This card could have been inkable, and it's still not that good. Lovely artwork though. Lady Tremaine, the bitterly jealous. 6 cost uninkable. Return chosen damaged character to their player's hand. Then each opponent discards a card at random. You have to exert this character to do that. A $5 legendary. I think this is going to be even cheaper. This deserves to be like the blue status, 250 in my opinion. Tornado Games has you $4.99, low is verified with $1.31 shipping right there for your non-foil Lady Tremaine legendaries, and cold foils selling for around $10 by A plus cards. Once again, not my favorite card. This one surprises me. Ratigan, Nefarious Criminal, only selling for around $3. Low is verified 250 with $1.31 shipping. Cold foils going to be pretty cheap as well, $15 by A plus cards. They have 5 of them for you. Once again, another legendary that has an enchanted.
Yeah, I also don't believe that if you sing, you're gonna gain that lore. I don't know if you are playing it while it's exerted. I think if it's being sang, or if it's singing, then you're exerting at the same time you're playing. But it's a good question to ask our local judge friend Phil. But the want to go back to Lady Tremaine. I think that card is better in like a red green strategy when you play like characters that re-ready cards, and you have the new Queen of Hearts that damages everything when when it enters play.
I like that, yeah.
Um, So that's probably where this card fits in that role. But yeah, nothing more I needed to say about that one. The other card that I like to bring up right now is the Gantu, the Experienced Enforcer. It is around $5.50 today. Nat 20 Games GG. That's a local game store in Las Vegas, I believe, and they have 4 copies for you. So if you need your play sets, if you want to secure the bag now, get your Gantus from them. Cold foils will be $10 and $1 shipping, but rounded out to around $12 to $13 when you need to buy multiple. I know that there is some sellers here that have quite a few in comparison to others. However, always do your due diligence shopping. And for cold foils, I don't ever recommend people to jump right away. But if prices look too good for you, and if you don't have any issues buying them early, you can get paid off. There was the genie last set that I think spiked up over in the course of a few weeks early on. But yeah, there are cards that do go up and do go down, and it's all about kind of like finding out how much you're comfortable paying.
Yeah, Genie went from it was like a $10 cold foil to a $30 cold foil in like a span of like a week or two. Not say that's gonna happen with this Gontu, but it's a super rare. It's more than playable. I think this card's really good. And personally, this Mindsight Gaming right here, they have 4 of them. That looks really tasty for me. 4 of them right there, $13 each, about with $1 shipping. So this is a pretty cool card. Make sure you put this to the side if you pull any foils of these. I think this is gonna be a very wanted card in the set. Let's go over Giant Cobra Ghostly Serpent. This is an uncommon that is selling for around $2 right now. 194 with $1.31 shipping by Mude. I do want to go ahead and preface this card does come out in the starter deck, so I don't expect this price to stay at $2, even though it is an uncommon. It's probably not going to be like Tipo or Turn Box followers because of the accessibility in the starter deck. But cold foils, however, not in the starter deck. Lowest verified is $7.99 with $5 shipping. Then $12.27 with $5 shipping. There's not that many listings because it is the first day, but they've been selling for close to $10 from what it's looking like. $8, $9 over here for a cold foil Giant Cobra, which I think is a really good card. So these are some cold foils I want to buy in. I'm putting to the side if I pull them, etc. Pete the Space Pirate, $6.49 for this cold foil. Lowest verified by Mudang. Again, shout out you guys. This card's very good. If you're playing Emerald Steel, you're probably already playing Pete Games Referee. Now you have a shift 4 target that basically stops your opponent from singing any song. So that Amber Steel matchup gets way easier, and your pirates get resist +1.
I definitely like this one, and don't forget there was a lot of Emerald Steel support for pirates in the previous set. And there is a lot of other cards that you can explore in this set. So pirates getting some goo, and I do want to say that if anybody that has any of the Arcasia's Island bulk commons and uncommons, if you're looking to unload those, I will be looking to buy in Arcasia's Island bulk common and uncommon until I'm basically out, don't want to buy anymore. So if you guys have it early, you want to come on by, I will be at Frankenson's this weekend. Penny per your, commons and uncommons. Separate your giant cobras, separate your bells. I will offer individual prices on those. I'm not too sure what I want to pay on those just yet, but separate those, and we can definitely talk about that. And I'm interested while I am in demand for that.
Yeah, the way I like to pitch bulk to people is usually like, hey, if you have a bunch of cards just laying around in your room from packs that you opened up and all that, like, feel free to bring on all the unwanted cards down to our booth. Most vendors will buy bulk, by the way. A lot of people are surprised by that. And it's really, I often pitch it as like, I'll help you clean your room, bro. Give me all your bulk at a penny a card, especially the new sets, because it
I
helps
only
vendors
want
a
the
lot.
new set.
It
I
helps
only
vendors.
want the new set. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Zach has plenty of bulk. I'm still building up my bulk, my bulk back stock. I think I've been doing pretty good in the last month or so. But yeah, with the new set stuff too, like try and sell your bulk to your fellow vendors, your fellow local game stores. They will greatly appreciate it, and maybe you even get some more packs out of that, right? A bunch of cards you're not using. Let's talk about Sapphire Coil, Zach. Everybody's doomer card of the set. Everybody's saying this card's gonna be broken. It's gonna ruin the format. And then we have our friend Dinkan, who's like, this card's not that good. Sapphire Coil, cold foils are selling for $7.99 with $5 shipping. There's only 2 listings. Then $8 with $5 shipping, so around $12 to $13. And as you can see here, plenty of people are buying them for a little bit less than $10. But I'm sure that shipping is adding up there. So personally, if I have this in my trade binder, this is a $10 cold foil on the opening week because it's that popular. No, uncommons as well. These are going to be selling for $2. I think these are going to be like the Tipo and the Chernobog, right? This is probably going to be like a $2 to $3 uncommon card.
I don't know if this one's gonna go up that much. I'm gonna say respectfully, it's like Ursula Deceiver. It might be like $1. It might be, or it could be like Pluto Guard Dog, like 50 cents. Like
Okay, okay.
it all just depends on like how people decide to build their decks around this, because again, you are having to sacrifice certain choices, and you have to kind of dedicate more of a strategy to like your Sisu cards, because that's what's going to help you remove those characters you reduce the strength from. And if you're playing a bunch of mirror matches, it's going to get more and more redundant. So you might find people not playing this right. It's going to get interesting on how things develop, and I'm very much excited for all of this. Hopefully, we get some DLCs announced soon. I really am looking forward to
Oh
playing this
yeah.
set.
I'm fiending. I'm fiending
Baymax,
for deals. If I
you're
don't
fiending, yeah, same.
if we don't get to play a DLC for set 7, I'm going to be really disappointed. Like I'm going to be really sad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Reign of Jafar will be coming out shortly, so it is something to consider. This Baymax giant robot cold foils are sitting at $5. I'm not too sure on how expensive some of these will settle. However, early on, I know cold foils like to start off strong, and it's all about what you're comfortable paying. So this is a $5 cold foil today, and if next week if it hits $1, there's a world where I think that's where it would make sense if this is like a $2 to $3 cold foil, and non foils are around like 50 cents. And this is something that I really like implore people to just get your play sets early. If you're looking to like play, if you're an active player, if you're more of a collector, just wait. The Bell Apprentice Inventor. This is the top card, the most hyped up card coming out of the newest set, and it's sitting at $1 right now for your non foils. And yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. I think I would be wanting to charge dollars on them. I think I'd be wanting to pay about like quarters on them right now. And this is something again you want to pick out of your bulk, guys. It's important to just kind of pay
This
attention to what some of the playables are and have them ready to go.
this is a card that for sure people are gonna come and ask for 4 copies every time. You know what I mean? Like very rare is somebody gonna be like, I need 1 bell. So for the most part, yeah, I want to be able to put as many to the side, or I want to buy in as many of these as possible too. Probably for about a quarter, because this is gonna be a very popular card. You can play this in any deck that plays Popsicle, pretty much. So blue green, blue steel, blue red, anything sapphire. Yeah, the sapphire engine is so good this format because you have Bell, you have the
My
Tamatoas,
friend
etc.,
only pulled
etc.
4 out of a case and 1 foil, so like just
Oh,
keep that in mind.
no, let's talk about some hit rates because I've been seeing a lot of people open up like cases. Out of 4 cases, I've seen people open up like one Tamatoa, or like sorry, like one Tamatoa per box maybe, or even like 2 Tamatoas. Sorry, like one Tamatoa per every other case. So the hit rates are kind of mid in my opinion for some of these really good cards. I have been seeing a lot of people basically pull the same ratio of like an enchanted per case, but it's not guaranteed because plenty of people are posting how they've opened up already 2 3 cases with 0 enchanted. Some people posting they've opened up a case with double enchanted in it. But so the hit rates are kind of the same, but for the most part it's looking like Tamatoa is going to be the hardest legendary to pull. And you're not really pulling many of these Bell foil first of all, and then let alone non-foil as well. So a very hyped up card. Arcasia's Island officially launched today. If you want to check out more prices, you could also use eBay because TCG Player doesn't have sales for every enchanted, right? So there's sales happening still on the online space for some of the enchanted, like Jafar. Most recent sale was $150 for this enchanted. The Bolt enchanted sold for 160. Love to see that.
The Aurora sold for 270 on eBay. So yeah,
Yep.
just like we talked about
Yep.
before, guys, that there is a lot of different sources that you can find. Some of them are more trustworthier and more safer to go through than others. eBay is a solid reference and a solid way to verify some prices. Keep in mind that TCG Player is more of like a constant standard, but early on, eBay is very helpful.
eBay is extremely helpful, and if you're a seller as well, you can get some good deals on eBay because look at this. Somebody bought a Queen Jealous Beauty non-foil for almost $20. Sometimes I want to sell on eBay for that. There's also a lot of stuff you can get on eBay, like the pin badges that you're supposed to get for league, for attending league. A lot of the organized play kits get sold on eBay too. Look at this. Somebody bought the whole bundle for 120 right there. Ooh, this is my personal chase. All is found. Selling for $150. I'm super excited to see this card in person. Wow. Oh no, I can't can't see it because it already sold. But I'm super excited to see this card in person. But yeah, check eBay for some references. If you can't find the sales data on TCG Player, it helps a lot. But before we call it a day, I want to mention some other cards that aren't from the new set that are going up in price a little bit due to some meta trending hype. Clarabelle, Light on Her Hooves, getting very close to $25 now. Collector Like You, lowest verified, $22.80 with $1 shipping for your Clarabelles now. And if you want a cold foil Clarabelle, like we said, there's enchanted, so these don't tend to be much more than the non-foils, but $30 by Wildcat Alley for your cold foil Clarabelles. Let's talk about Belle, the elite archer. Oh, hidden archer, sorry. Belle, the hidden archer, lowest verified today is going to be around $8. A $9.30 actually by Cardboard Castle. With the dollar shipping, that's going to be our lowest verified today for this Belle. And cold foil bells are getting bought up. There's only 16 listings available. Lowest verified is a light plate for $20. Then we have a near mint, $23.25 with $1.27 shipping, very close to $25 for a cold foil Bell Hidden Archer. Now, why are people buying a card from set 2, Zach Stone? It's because we just finished talking about this bell. You can play this bell on turn 1 and then shift this bell on turn 3. Pretty good in blue-green if you ask me. It is uninkable though, but there's a world where you just ink this with Tipo. It's getting some hype. Let me know what you guys think about that combo. Are you guys playing it? I want to know in the comments below. I want to talk about Oswald too. These are getting bought out. Look at this, Zach Stone. Lowest verified is 10.48, and there's only 10 listings now. Then it goes to 18, 19, 20. What do you think about these?
I opened a trove because I dropped it and like damaged like the packaging. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna sell this. I'm gonna open it, and I pulled one cold foil. So I was like, yay! No, not the worst. But now I'm even more happy about that. So guys, just I like cold foil legendaries. I'm very much a snob to picking up cold foil legendaries that are cheap, keeping 4 of them, and just never using them, but never really like needing to use them until like the day if I ever need them, or days that I see them that go up, and I'm like, well, I'm not having touched this card. I don't think I'm going to touch it for a while, and eventually I'll give up the need to want to play all foils. But until then, I need the cold foils, guys. I'm looking to get a lot of cold foils from this set. So hopefully you guys have any extras that you're looking to part ways with. Let me know. These lucky dimes, however, I know I've been selling out some every once in a while. I've been down to my last playset because I always keep one in the case, and eventually I will be able to get some more. But these are selling today around $10 for non-foils and $17 for cold foils. It is seeing play with the new Tamatoa we're seeing from the new set. Remember, when that character quests, you're playing a item for free, and this is the most expensive item that exists.
Oh, that's fun fact. I didn't even realize it's the most expensive item that exists. So you are just naturally getting the most value out of that card when you use it. It's kind of funny how people kind of drifted away from Lucky Dime last format because of Maui Half Shark, and now Lucky Dime might be coming back into the format. So around almost $20 for a cold foil Lucky Dime, not quite there yet. Look at these, Zach. Cold foil flavor shams just shooting up in price, man. We have a lowest verified for $37.99 by DKP Cards. I wonder who that is. But that's going to be $37.99 lowest verified right there. And then right here, recent sales data, $29, $42.
Somebody paid 40.
Yeah, somebody paid $42 for 3 of them. $40. Another one, $40. $36.99. 30. Shout out Christian, by the way. You came to our booth the other day. I know you wanted to pick up a flavor sham, and I was honest with him. And I was like, look, most recent sale was $20. Lowest verified is $29.99, and after that it goes to $35, $40. There wasn't that many listings that day, and I was like, the least I would sell it for is $25. And they chose not to take it. Understandable. Can't force anybody to take anything. But now they're shooting back up. I think $35 is a reasonable asking value for your trade binder if you have it, or if you want to do some trades for a vendor or something. It's a pretty good card, and Sapphire's gonna be the most played deck I think coming into the new format.
And no shame to anybody that doesn't feel comfortable buying something.
Oh yeah.
And you know what? It happens. It will go up, and you never know. This is a trading card game, and it's all just about spending what you're comfortable spending. And that's what I really like to push here, is that just find a price you are comfortable paying on things. When you see it hit that price, you buy it. You don't think twice. If you feel like you're being pressured to buy something, just kind of really consider all your options. But yeah, these Tipo cold foils are pretty expensive, and I remember when they jumped out the gate to $8, $9, $10 and early on. And they didn't settle too far low, but they're going back up again and seeing a lot more play, right, with Sapphire just probably being the best color in the game right now. And I wouldn't be surprised if cold foils, if you had to be paying around $14 to $15 to pick some up, because of how far spread out they are, and there's only a handful of verified sellers that have copies, and they only have one.
They're looking like they're around $13 right now, but again, wouldn't be surprised if they hit that $15 mark pretty soon. Everybody playing Sapphire. Sapphire is going to be the talk of the town in this new set. But yeah, man, Arcasia's Island officially launched in stores today. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys are still here, like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to support the Lorcana Goon squad, it helps a lot. What are you guys looking forward to in this set? Let us know your personal chases that you're looking forward to. I can't wait to crack some packs and have them tournament ready this Friday at Ninja Exchange. That's gonna be really fun to see what people bring for the new format, right? But Zach, anything you want to say before we call it a day?
Just really appreciate all our Goon Squad members in the Discord. Everyone's been talking and chatting about these new cards coming out and brewing some deck ideas. So if you're not involved, if you're not in our Discord server, check out our link in our description of any of our videos. We have the invites ready for you guys. Share it, spread it. Everyone get in the Goon Squad Discord.
Yeah, and on Monday, we do another market watch. I'll be here going over the updated prices for all the enchanted rares. After this weekend, we should be able to see way more sales data on TCG Player for a little bit more of a precise understanding on where these hits are in the set. So be sure to stay tuned to Lorcana Goons for that, and we'll see you Goons next time.